Bonjour and welcome to Soul Meets Strategy. I am Denise Frenette. I am a life coach, spiritual synergist, and I am here with Diana Lidstone, the strategic business coach. And we welcome you today. And today we're going to be talking about energy, on how to leverage your energy, on how to make sure you have the right energy for what it is that you want to do.
Yeah,
And
so energy is so important. And, I hear from especially women entrepreneurs, right? How
mm,
they feel drained, how they feel overwhelmed. And so we want to have a real discussion about that today because you shouldn't feel like that in your business. You should
not if
feel
you're not
motivated and
passionate.
excited,
I know.
passionate.
I agree 100%. And if you are lacking that energy, that passion, that energy, um, then there's something to look at. There's something that needs to be revisited to understand what is going on. And again, I'm not saying if 10 o'clock at night you're a little tired. No, I'm talking about that type of energy that sustains you in the sense of what it is that needs to get done, that sustains the vision, that sustains um, what it takes to be an entrepreneur, what it takes to be a CEO.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
For sure. For sure. And I think a lot of us, especially as women, so first of all, I want to welcome those of you who are watching currently. I encourage you to participate in this discussion in the comments below, hashtag live, hashtag replay. But especially as women, we allow ourselves, and I'll use that word,
Mhm.
we allow ourselves to be the word isn't controlled, but influenced by others. And one of the groups of others that we are easily influenced by are the gurus or the other people on social media
Mhm.
that are business owners, right? And we
Mhm.
look at them and what do? We go, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And we put all this pressure on ourselves.
Mhm.
And for me, what I have found in the many, many years that I've been coaching is that comparisonitis is a freaking killer.
I
Uh,
I agree 100%.
yeah,
The comparison game is the worst game that you could actually embark in, that you can partake in.
and
Uh,
it's so easy. I mean,
it
I've been
is.
there. I've been
Oh, of
there,
course,
right? And
of
it
course.
just sucks the energy out of us.
Hmm.
And, we think we should be doing this or that or whatever it happens to be. And the truth of the matter is, what we see on social media is only the tip of the iceberg. We don't see what's happening behind these people's businesses, what's happening in the background. If you pull the curtain aside and, see what's back there, you would be so,
Surprise.
surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know that one of the things, and I know I was really excited about talking today about energy, uh,
Mm,
because I know through my coaching with my clients, people I think, tend to forget that you have a choice, that it is a choice as to where you're going to allocate your energy.
exactly.
And so, and it is sometimes easier said than done, depending if you still have kids at home,
Mhm.
if you're in a relationship, if you actually have a bit of a social life. And so there's a lot of different categories in life that dictate, obviously, how much energy you need. And hopefully you understand that you have the power to choose where you're going to give energy to
Yeah.
and where you're going to pull energy in.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. It really, really is. till you understand the power that you have. It is you and only you that chooses where you will put the energy. That mastering that
Oh,
ability
yeah.
uh, is key,
Yeah.
a big key to success, whether it is in your personal life, whether it is in your professional life, is that ability to master that.
Yeah, and those of you who are watching, I'd love for you to comment. Is this something that is a challenge for you? Are you aware of where you put your energy? Some of you are real masters at it, but let us know. I also want to share a brief story, which is about choice.
Yes.
Now, some of you know that my daughter, who is now 39, when she was a teenager, she was bedridden for 7 years with something called chronic fatigue syndrome. Now, eventually, we found what's really interesting. It wasn't a magic pill. It wasn't something that she ate. It was that made her well eventually. What it was a training that was talking about how what she was thinking about actually impacted her energy and her whole body. And so
Yeah.
when we took her to this training, it was called the lightning process. When we took her to this training, the trainer said to this group of young people, "You've been excellent at doing unhealthy, at doing sickness, at being sick. You're masters at it." She says, "If you can master that, you can master being healthy." And when I heard that at first, I went, "What?" But as I saw my daughter progress and as I saw this training progress, it was so incredible to see the changes because these young people made the choice to switch their thinking, to switch where they put their energy. And so, one of the young women who went with my daughter was terribly, terribly depressed. She was on really high doses of antidepressant. Day two, when she came back into this 3-day training, it was like, she said, it was like a cloud that lifted from her.
Yeah.
But that's the power that our mind has and our power of
Yeah.
choice. And so I tell this story because I think it's the same for business. It's the same in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You make a decision that you're going to go down this path. You're going to put your energy in positive thoughts. You're going to put your energy into being grateful, as opposed to going down this path where you are the victim, negative thoughts. Oh my God, the world, this is happening to me.
And I want to mention that it's not that the illness doesn't exist. It does exist. And it doesn't mean that the challenges in regards to your business isn't there, in regards to the staffing, in regards to whatever it is. It does not mean that it isn't present.
Correct.
What I know for a fact now is what it is that you choose to focus on will multiply, period. What you choose to focus your energy on. And when I talk about energy, I'm not talking simply about your physical energy of doing work. I am talking about the energy of thought, your mindset, thought patterns, all of that. Mostly actually about that. That dictates your quality of life. That dictates, influences 100% how you're going to view a situation and whether you can find solutions to it, whether you can have a creative mind that will actually see so many other avenues that are possible. And so, again, it is not about negating what is going wrong, not at all. It's about choosing to have the ability to see what more there is. And so, where you put your energy on will multiply. And so, if the only thing you see are lazy employees, that will multiply.
Yeah.
If you choose to see amazing individuals who themselves have challenges in their personal lives, okay, and if you sit with them and talk to them like individuals, beautiful human beings who have strengths and so on and so forth and challenges, you would be surprised at the shift of energy within your whole team, all depending on how you choose to view it, where you choose to focus your own energy.
It's kind of like, if you decide to buy a new car,
Mhm.
you want to buy a new car and you go, okay, it's going to be a Volkswagen. Let's say it's a Bug, okay, a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you're focused on that subconsciously. And then all of a sudden you go, oh my God, so many people have Volkswagen Beetles. You see more of them. It's because subconsciously that's what you're thinking about. So yeah, yeah,
I Yep, I agree 100%. And it's funny, just yesterday or before yesterday, I saw this little video in regards to that. What it is that you focus on, you will see, you will live, and all of that. And they were
Mhm.
doing exercise, and I forget where this was, but anyway. And they said, quickly look around the room to
Yeah,
which you were sitting in, and everything that you see that's the color brown, I think it was that they said. And I
yeah,
literally sat here, and I've got some wooden shelves here, like brown, and I looked around, and then they actually no, sorry, I looked around their own room, sorry. And then he said something like, "Okay, so what was red?" And I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute." And there are things that are red in the room, but I didn't see them.
yeah,
Now, so again, it's just the power of the understanding behind what it is that we focus on is what we're going to see.
yeah,
So if you are focusing on what, or even the questions that you ask yourself also can actually influence a big time. So what can we do about our lazy employees? Oh my goodness. Wrong question. Okay. How can I properly energize my team? Hmm,
yeah. You flip the switch.
absolutely. The same goes for energy,
Yeah,
where you choose. And all of that actually goes right into boundaries, and all of that goes into really understanding on making and understanding what values you, what values your vision, and what doesn't serve it.
yeah, yeah.
Choosing to pay attention, giving your energy to what serves what you value, your vision, and so on and so forth.
So I want to focus my energy just for a second here. I'm going to interrupt
Mhm.
on our new VIP backstage pass.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So I've put the comments, I've put a link in the comments. I will do it again. And you might say, well, why do I need a backstage pass? Well, the backstage pass is going to, number one, it's going to give you reminders every Thursday morning so that you don't miss us. It's also going to give you some goodies. Who likes goodies? Goodies, goodies. So Denise and I have prepared a couple of things that you will get instantly. And we have decided to offer a very specific session, probably like a webinar,
Mhm.
for those of you who become members, VIP members of this Backstage Pass. And as we continue, we will continue to drop and dribble bonuses for those of you who are on our VIP list. So I
Mhm.
highly encourage you to go there. Um, what I hope to do next time is perhaps have a QR code, but I've put the link in the comments. I hope you can see this, but a backstage pass is going to give you some extra goodies,
Yep.
some freebies. Who knows what else is coming
Who
down
knows?
now?
I'm actually quite excited about this. And this, by the way, was Diana's idea. Of course, she is the strategic business coach, and she goes, Denise, we're going to have this backstage pass. And I'm like, this what? What's
Yeah.
a backstage pass? Why are we doing this? Like, whatever. And then she goes, no, Denise, you don't understand. And then she starts explaining this to me. And I'm like, oh, what a great idea, Diana.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So my gift that you get immediately as soon as you, click that button and put your email in for the backstage pass is something that I call a checklist. It's what I call the CEO sanity meeting checklist.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage all of my clients to set aside time once a week, typically at the beginning of the week, starting with an hour a week, and have a meeting with themselves, right? And plan their week out. It helps so much with the overwhelm and the overcapacity and the bandwidth. So, and there's a checklist of things that in that hour that you need to focus on. And Denise has a very great download that she has prepared for you, and we're calling it the 60-second reset. So Denise, tell them a little bit about that.
Well, it's an exercise that I started practicing personally, ages ago. And it really does. And I don't want to say what it is. I'm not going to say exactly what it is because it's for people that actually are going to be our VIP backstage guests, clients, and whatnot. And so, but I'm going to tell you something. It literally, I'm going to go as far as to say it changed my life.
Wow.
I know. Now, I know, and this is like, well, that sounds pretty freaking powerful, Denise. And the reason why I'm saying this, because you said something about like a reset, and what this very simple, 60-second kind of resets, it's even shorter than that, but whatever. What it does is it really, really brings you back to now, right now. What can you do now? Not in the past, not 5 hours from now, but I mean right now. And so it really brings you back to a certain amount of accountability for where your thoughts are at and things like that. So it's a nice little exercise that honestly, I believe everyone should do.
There you go.
That information is going to be given automatically to our wonderful VIP backstage clients, if you want to call them that.
Yeah. Good. All right, let's continue this conversation about managing energy, and I call it bandwidth or capacity in your business. Because how many of you are overwhelmed? You've got too much on your plate. Your to-do list is a mile long, and you're feeling like you're always on this hamster wheel. If that's you, I get it. Comment in the comments. But one of the things that as I said before, is comparisonitis can bring us to, a different level. But also there's a couple of other things that I see so often is business owners, business founders, women entrepreneurs and men working on the right activities in their business, but at the wrong time in their business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll share a story. So a great friend of mine in the health industry was trying to grow her business, and she and I would talk, once in a while. And she said one day, she said, "Oh, I said, well, what are you up to?" And she said, "Well, I'm watching and I'm participating in this, 5-day challenge all about building funnels and automation and all this." And I went, "You're doing what?" She didn't have a website. She didn't have her offers. She didn't have, she was missing some of the foundational things to start and grow her business. She had no customers. Complicated funnels like that was the wrong activity. I've also had conversations with women who, I remember this years ago. I met this woman at networking. Somebody said we should have coffee. We went out and had coffee, and she's telling me how she's written a book, and I'm thrilled for her.
Yeah.
And she goes, it's on the bestseller list, and it's this and it's that. And I go, yeah, great. And she says, but I made a mistake. And I said, well, what's the mistake? She says, I don't have an email list. I don't have a program to sell. I don't have this, and that. So she had invested tens of thousands of dollars and thousands of hours writing this book, but it was at the wrong stage in her business growth. And so when I'm working with clients, we find out, where are they? Where are the milestones that they're at and the stage of business growth? So,
and I love that example. I love this story that you just said. And I've seen that. I've seen that as well in different ways. So you've got the vision, you've got the idea, you want to do the business, but unfortunately, or whatever it is that you're planning, okay.
Yeah.
And every single time you're trying to level up or move on to really get to the next stage, it doesn't work, and you don't understand why.
Yep.
Why isn't it working out? And roadblocks and roadblocks and roadblocks, and everything that can go wrong goes wrong. Everything. And you're thinking, I guess I'm not supposed to do this. Because if you have the universe,
feels difficult.
The
it
universe,
feels
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So once again, if you don't have a certain foundation in regards to understanding mindset, and I know this is a word everyone uses all the time, mindset, but it's true. The only thing mindset really means is, where are you putting your energy, your thought patterns?
Yeah.
And so all of these roadblocks are not technically roadblocks. They're just indicators. Yeah. And if you stay focused on the roadblock, well, guess what? You miss the exit that you're supposed to take.
Yeah. It's like you're going on this roundabout, roundabouts. If you've ever been to England, there are so many roundabouts. Driving on the wrong side of the road, and you're trying to exit the right way. Anyway. But even here, you go on the roundabout and you go, oh shit, I missed the exit. And that's what happens when you focus your energy on the wrong things.
So it doesn't mean you're on the wrong road.
No.
It doesn't mean, so your vision might be awesome.
Yeah.
Your business might be incredible. But if your mindset, if what you choose to see, if your perception, if you are putting the energy, the emphasis on the wrong ideas, the wrong, even
activities,
just absolutely,
yeah,
that will make a massive difference on whether you shift in the right direction or whether you miss the exit.
Yeah,
100%. And the idea could be brilliant.
Yeah.
And so it's really, there's so much more to energy than this is a quick conversation we're having. But I just hope these little conversations that Diana and I are having with you, okay, the purpose behind it is to just get you thinking a little bit. Wait a minute. Is there a possibility that there are other solutions out there that I haven't seen yet? Exactly. That I haven't even thought of yet? And the answer is, of course there is. Absolutely. And so hopefully what you take away today is just a bit more awareness in regards to, what is it that you are focusing on? What are you giving your energy to? Because you can change that. It is a choice, and it is a powerful choice. Where is it that you are focusing and actually giving that energy to? Is it something that complements what it is that you want to achieve? Or is it not? And if you could just take that away today and really start paying attention hour after hour, day after day, what are you doing with this? What are you doing with this?
Yeah.
Seriously, it could make or break your business.
So I'm just going to type in the chat, awareness of where you are spending your energy. That's the takeaway today.
Absolutely.
And, we're coming up to our half hour here.
Yeah.
As always, we want to thank you so much for those of you who stopped in for a little bit, for those of you who want to be part of our VIP group, who want the backstage pass, who want the goodies and the extras.
I'm telling you, people, there are other things coming up.
Coming down the pipeline. Coming down the pipeline.
Cost you anything, just join.
Yeah, you've got two very creative people here who want to, it's our mission, it's part of our soul that we really want to help women entrepreneurs move the needle in their businesses.
Yeah.
And as I say, I want you to do the work you love, earn a shit ton of money, and still have the freedom for family and friends. And so, join us at the Backstage Pass. And I just want to talk a little bit about what are we doing next week. So next week, one of my favorite things, we're going to talk about goal setting.
Oh God, of course. Yes.
Yeah, of course. So I just did, right? As you know, and some of you who are watching may know, I just did the Summer Freedom Roadmap retreat here at the farm. And goal setting is something that we do every 90 days. Those people who work with me every 90 days, and there's a reason for it. But how many of you, and I've been there, set goals January, whatever, sometime of the year, and you write them out, and then they become self-help. You never really achieve them. And I know for a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, they set the goals, and their goals are all based around revenue. But there are other ways to set goals, and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the myths around goals. We're going to talk about why people don't actually achieve their goals. We're going to talk about everything related to goal setting, whether it's in your life or in your business. Same things apply.
Yep, absolutely. So, I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be a great conversation. So thank you, those of you who have been with us, #live, #replay, and we will look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same station.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye for now, guys. Take care.